There we go. Hello, everyone. Kia ora. Hey, Yasmin. Hey, Hal. My camera right? Looks a bit right. That's right. It's probably because of that right there. There you go. That looks a bit better. And hello. So I moved the Dreamlight Valley day just for you, Yasmin, because you wanted to play it this session. And to be fair, I can't play Palilla right now anyway because it's down. So this is the only option. Now what I'm gonna see. Now apparently the Halloween buckets have spawned. I have to try and find them. Where's the Halloween bucket? Where are the Halloween buckets? Yeah, the Halloween buckets. I'm gonna find at least one. Oh, there's one. There's a Halloween bucket. Yay! Yay! Now, is there any quests that are connected to it? Paleo down. Yeah, they're actually doing an update because they're releasing the Epic Games launch. So in about an hour, or less than an hour, because it's supposed to be up 35 minutes ago, they're going to release it on Epic Games. And a whole bunch of other bug fixes. It doesn't look like they've added much. No, it looks like they haven't added anything to the event, which is a bit disappointing. So it's the same as last year. So the only thing I can do is essentially add to my collection. So I just have to go around looking for any buckets. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, there's another bucket. Get rid of that one. So the buckets are for a quest. Now there's a whole bunch of I think it's under village. There'll be a whole bunch of achievements you can actually get. Where is it? Yeah, it'll be Trick or Treat and Sugar Rush and all that kind of stuff. And then once you've done it, you do have excess candy. And I've got a little area here that I've kept all year of all the different candy you can get. So you can get red candy, purple candy, or green candy. And I can just add to it. Add to my candy. And yeah, that's about it. It doesn't look like they've added much though, so it's a bit disappointing. I need to take my medication. Give me 2 seconds. Alright, back. Oh my god, you have over 9 million. Yeah, I try and keep 10 million. And remember, I've unlocked every floor and everything. It's actually a harder achievement than you think now you're playing the game, eh? Yes. I guess you don't really realize it until you play it. How do you make money so quickly? Easiest way, or the best way, I should say, rather than easy, because there is a little bit of prep work you need to do, is unlock here, the Forgotten Lands, and then get Goofy's stall, and then go... Oh, come on. Why are you being stupid? That's... Oh, why are you being weird? My keyboard's not working. There you go. Alright, yeah, unlock Forgotten Lands, and then unlock Goofy's stall, and grow pumpkins. Because if you look on here, 1 stack of pumpkins sells, and I'll show you.
Hi there, pal.
1 stack of pumpkin sells for 32,000. 32,000. So you just multiply that by as many as you want. Yeah, that will make your life a lot easier. So that's why I've kind of got these here. And I'll show you what you can do. So I've got a stack of 25 over here. Right, I've always got a stack of 25. So let's harvest that, and I'll show you how many you can get. So the best way to harvest is first of all get someone, a character that has the harvesting skill. So let's go Wally. Where's Wally? Wally's asleep. So let's go for someone else. Who else do I have? Ariel. How about, where's Ariel? She's asleep too. God damn it. Didn't really pick them very well. The sleeping schedule. Oh yeah, Olaf. How about Olaf? Where are you, Olaf? Olaf is asleep as well. How the hell have I picked, like, the worst ones? Mother Gothel. Mother Gothel's my reliable. Old, reliable Mother Gothel. Where is she? Where is she? There she is. I'll go get her. Alright, I'll get rid of these while I do it. Alright, so get a buddy who has the guarding skill on you. So that in this case it's Mother Gothel. Let's hang out. Now also make sure your well-fed bonus is up, because that's that means you've got a better chance on, and I know this might be a waste, but screw it. Better chance of getting any bonuses. So you go back over. Remember, you don't need a stack with 25. You can, make a whole biome full of pumpkins. They do take 8 hours though, but it's worth it. Alright, so we'll go over here and we'll start farming them. Now if you notice, Mother Gothel was going to shark out some bonus pumpkins. Now that's what we want. So you're more likely to get these little bonuses here if you've got the well-fed bonus. And then that little chuck out at the end. So we'll quickly go around, get a full... That, cool. And we'll keep going. Another bonus, cool. Ooh, got that. Oh, got one right at the end. Oh, thank you, Luna. That was very loud. I should really turn that down. Oh, a raid. Oh, whoa, a raid of 18. Hello, everyone. Wow. The Luba the Karen arrived with a committee. We want to speak to your manager. Sure. What's up? What's the problem? I want all your complaints. I want all 18 of you. I want you to tell me all your complaints. Do it. I'm not going to give a shit about them, but you go nuts. Go on, just throw them. It could even be about things that are not even relevant. Come at me. Come at me, bro. You're on my raid hit list. I finally got you. Oh, God. For what reason? What did I do? There's no cheese on your stream. I got the cheese. There you go. I've got the cheese. It's a full block of unopened cheese. It's Colby. There you go. You're happy. What else? What have we got? We waited half an hour to go live. Well, that's not my fault. I have a schedule and I went live on time. So, like, it's literally your fault. I'm sorry you don't know how time works. You raided me, so I know your name down when I go to raid. If you're alive, I raid you back as a thank you. Oh, that's very nice of you. That's very nice of you. I don't get raided much, so now I'm going to have to raid you back and make it uneven. Thanks, cheese. If it helps, my girlfriend really likes cheese. So we always have a random block of cheese in the fridge. But anyway, Yasmin, what I'm trying to say is after all that, I've got nearly 2 stacks of pumpkins from just 25 pumpkins. And if I go over here, and if I wanted to sell it, that would get me 65,000 gold right off the bat for just 25. So you imagine a whole big old plot of pumpkins, like a whole biome full of pumpkins, and then you do it. You'll earn a lot. Cheese, dairy. Can I put the cheese back? Do I have your permission to put the cheese back now? Yes. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. Alright, back. Also, my girlfriend bought me a Red Bull. That's very nice of her. It's good to know I have to unlock Forgotten ASAP. Yeah, you should. Dressing gown looks like a cape. It's actually my brother-in-law. So for those that don't know, my brother-in-law passed away about 2 weeks ago. And about 2 years ago, he gave me this. And so recently I've been wearing this a lot more. You can't, yeah, hey, I'm a big fan of cheese, so. Oh man, sorry, that's right, let's just say cancer sucks. And as I always say, don't be sorry unless you caused it. So, only be sorry if you're the one that gave him the cancer, because it was not your fault and you've got nothing to be sorry for. Unless you cause the cancer again. I need to make sure, because eventually one of you fuckers out there are going to admit that you caused the cancer, and then I'm going to go all John Wick on your ass. I'm bound to attract that person who actually did it. It looks snug. It is actually very snug. It is very, very snug. You should keep me in the basement. Nah, you don't want to be in the basement. There's not a lot, there won't be a lot of cheese in the basement. Or is that where the cheese gets made? How do you make cheese? You make cheese in the... I've gone down a mental rabbit hole. I don't know how cheese is made. Cancer does suck, yeah. It does. It does indeed. Well, Luna, is there anything in the game you want me to show you? Because I'm pretty much playing since October last year, when the game first came out, and I'm kind of like done everything. And so nowadays we just run around, we banter for a bit. Normally we play Palia, but with Dreamlight Valley, it's pretty much reached its peak and kind of just run around and show stuff. House. I love seeing how people decorate that. Oh yeah, my home sucks actually. I can show you it, but it's not very good. Give me a sec. I am more of an outdoor person than indoor. So if you notice, I've got all these different regions. So this is my 2D Disney kind of area, where I've got all the 2D Disney, and that kind of is now extended down here. I've got my little carnival area over here. I've got my Mickey and Friends kind of area there, Toontown as I call it. I got my my foraging area. What do they call it? Orchard. That's what, orchard, and all my stuff. I've got basically a box for everything. You don't notice there, but there's crystals there. I don't know why it's not showing in there. I got my Pixar Land over here, so I got my Toy Story area. I got my Wally area there. And over here is my 3D Disney area. So I've got, I'll call my brain, it's like 6 AM for me. Vanellope there. I've got Moana's area over here. And yeah, I've got my Halloween town here. Looking all nice and pretty. And I've got my Christmas town over here. But I'll show you inside. You're going to be extremely disappointed, because I'm not much of an indoor person. Look, need to do SM. What's SM? Soul management? Something? Need to do something. Alright. Ah, you need to do something. I guess that didn't make it easier to write, did it? I wish they gave AC a massive update. I miss playing, but I have nothing to do on it now. What's AC? Assassin's Creed? I don't think it's Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed doesn't seem right to me. That's why I bought Dreamlight Valley last night and been loving it. It's been pretty addictive. Dreamlight Valley, to be honest. I mean, it's the first cozy game I've ever played. A lot of people say it's related to other games like Animal Crossing is a big one, people often say. I've never played it though. Or Stardew Valley, that's another one. Well, this is my Mickey room. Everything is Mickey related. I'm gonna go through the house to see what I've done. This is an empty room. It's a very empty room. This over here is another empty room, but it looks like I tried to make it Moana's room. Do you still have Bobba Tea? Probably. That was like months ago. I have to think. I don't know which room I made it. Let's see if which room did I make the... Oh, there we go. So floor 18 is Yasmin's Bobba room. Hold up. Floor 18. There you go. There's your Bobba Tea. I did that for one of our viewers a very long ago. There you go. There's your Bobba Tea. It's still there. I wouldn't drink that. I wouldn't drink that Bobba Tea though. Yeah, done Disney since it came. Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, well, I mean, it was really a hastily put together one, so let's get you a proper table. No, we don't want that one. We want a long one, but we don't want as fat. We need 5 of them. Oh, that's better. There you go. Yasmin's boba tea room. Which for some reason has that and that there. There you go. There you go. Yasmin, that's your boba tea room. I'll put one thing. Every time we visit here, I'll put one thing down. What thing do you want me to put down, Yasmin? Well, what are you feeling? What are you feeling? Wallpaper or anything? You can decide. A couch or a seat? Alright. We'll do a couch or a seat. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite one? We'll try and get one from that. Lord of the Rings. Oh, now you've been difficult. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, Yasmin. Lion King. Alright. There you go. You can have a random wooden sofa in the middle of the room. That's all you're gonna get. You're not even gonna... I'm not gonna even put in any effort. So let's see. I don't really... Like, interior design is not a huge thing I focus on. Look at that one. There you go. I mean, that's my frozen room. Turns out I did put up with effort there. That's my Beauty and the Beast. This is where I actually took the photo for the Dream Snaps. So if we go... So for the Dream Snaps this week... Yeah, that's what I did. I'm not good at it, I just want to do it. Alright. Oh, and that looks like that was, Wreck-It Ralph's room. I don't even know whose room that was. See, I'm not very good with the interior. I mean, I've been tempted maybe to do it. Oh, look, there you go. That's the Lion King. I like that. With the random waterfall in the room. Alright, we'll get out of here. Not much to see. Alright, so... What now? I think we'll go back to cleaning up the valley, eh? But yeah, Yasmin, hopefully that... Before that Luna raid, I hope all that made sense in terms of the money making. And that's why I keep a good stockpile of pumpkins as well. So if I ever need it, I can sell that and get a buttload more money. I gotcha. No, nice. Yep, I have to do that. Yeah, just go all pumpkin mad until you get enough money. And then you're all good. But Luna, you go, if you need to, you go chill and do whatever. These streams aren't that exciting. And it's just pretty much me bantering. So it looks like a lot of your crew has dropped off anyway. So you go chill and de-stream or whatever people need to do. I get de-streaming. Like, people used to say that all the time. Like, why would you need to de-stream? And then I realized, yeah, it is actually a little bit exhausting sometimes. And you You want time to yourself. And to be honest, you're not going to miss much. I pretty much do the exact same thing in this game over and over again, so. Because I don't really have much to do. And plus I have a bug quest, so one of the quests that I have bugged is one of the ones that I purchased, which is this one. I can't get the last ice shard, it's not spawning for me. I can't really do much. Which is a bit of a bugger. A bit of a bugger indeed. It's annoying. Yeah, it is very annoying. But I mean, I'm being positive with it. One, you kind of expect it with Dreamlight Valley at this point. But two, it gives me something else to do when they come up with an update. So at least I know I have one quest to do. Though we still don't know, we have no idea what the next update's going to bring, which is probably the first time in a very long time or ever that we have no idea what's actually going to be included in the next update. Previously, we've always had a good inkling, like whether it's Toy Story or Beauty and the Beast or Fairy Godmother, something like that. And this time, we really don't actually have any idea. We have no idea. I'm assuming an update's coming. I mean, they haven't said there's another update. Specifically. All they've said is the Cozy Edition is going to be released. Oh, that way. Sell that, sell that. Alright. I mean, I don't know why, but the quality control, quality checking, or whatever you want to call it, at Gameloft is shockingly bad. Like, and I think it's like it's pretty indicative to like game development nowadays, is that they kind of let the audience be the quality checkers, which is actually really frustrating. Because the only ones that lose from it is us, because we have to like wait around till they fix it. And like with this game, sometimes it's going to be like over a month. I'll get rid of her.
Hey there.
Hey there, how there? Alright, sell that junk. I'm not seeing a lot of buckets around, unfortunately. Yeah, not seeing a lot of Easter buckets. I think maybe they all spawn in the plaza just so everyone can access it. Because some people may not have these zones opened up to them yet. See, this is the annoying bit. I can't get around to certain corners of my stupidly made place. Alright, let's see if I can move that slightly. No, I can't. God damn it. Are you kidding me? Ah. This one can be a bit easier to do, so I can just... Oh, no, grab it and put that. That's very annoying. Fairy Godmother's been creepy over there. God, she's creepy. Also, I think pretty sure she's got dementia. And it's not a funny thing to joke about, but she's really got that personality trait. How are we going here, Dave? Okay. Alright, we'll jump over. There we go. God damn it. I swear that deliberately puts it over the wall just to mess with me. There you go. Alright, let's clear out the rest of the bones. Really hard to reach places on there. One thing I've noticed is the game randomly freezes. Yeah, it does. It doesn't randomly freeze when you're in edit mode, because that typically is what happens. Yeah, it does it all the time. Yeah, sadly. The theory at the moment is that that happens when it's auto saving when you're in edit mode, and that it freezes up and freaks out. Yeah, so you're experiencing the bugs that are very, very common and that I always complain about. It's very rare for me to be able to get through an entire stream without some kind of crash nowadays. Which kind of sucks, because that wasn't always the way. It used to be like being able to play hours without a crash. But, like, I think on Monday when we played this, it randomly had a bug again. So, it's basically luck if I can get through today without something going wrong. They should be, yeah. And that's what I mentioned about the quality control. It doesn't seem to mean much of it, and they seem to be introducing content, but not fixing the problems. So, yeah. Which sucks. It really does put you off the game after a little while. To a point, sometimes you just need a timeout from a couple of weeks. Some bones around. There you go. And yeah, you're right. They should be fixing it, but you know, I'd rather make a profit than a good game. Well, this has been a very exciting morning. These are supposed to be my slow burn wake up streams. It's been a very exciting morning. Oh. So sleepy. Dump these things away, and we. So, why are you there? You should not be there. Yeah. Boom. Go. Oh, there's one over there. Oh, there's a bucket. I got some more candy. So yeah, the buckets seem to be only in the plaza. Which must have been the case last year. But I thought they were everywhere last year. Maybe it's because I started playing a... no, the game was already out when I was playing. It had been out for a little bit. Maybe I hadn't played for that long, I hadn't unlocked everything. So it just felt like it was everywhere. Oh, that cleans up a little bit. Oh, there's another bucket. Oh, damn it. What can I get rid of? Shards. And those shards. And then I can pick up my candy. Gotta dump off my candy. I want to see how much candy I can pick up over the course of the event.
Hi there, pal.
Hi there, pal. I sell that junk. Cool. I just realized I didn't replant my seeds for my pumpkins. So I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah. There is literally no use for this candy, so I'm just gonna like get a lot of it. See how much I can get by the end of the event. The question is, do I log in every day just to pick up candy? Am I that crazy? Feels like the answer is no. But I am crazy, so... Where's my laziness? It's... All this my laziness that I can just like press down and then just drink my coffee while it does it. Hi Nick, hello, I'm probably going to be lurking while I'm playing it. Oh, it's absolutely fine, I like lurkers. Well, you're welcome Nick, and hello. I'm a big fan of lurking because it's how I do it. I don't even have, sometimes I'm rude and don't even do the courtesy of telling people like you did, so you've already done better than I would. Alright, top that all up. Oh, thanks for the follow. That's 2 follows on a morning stream, which is very, very rare. And I'm now 2 away from my goal too. I think. Wait, what's my goal? It's 513, right? And I'm 511. Nice. So we're only 2 away. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. Well, we play Dreamlight Valley this time every week now. So, if you're ever curious, you can always come back. Alright, what do I want to do? Well, everything's looking pretty. I've cleaned up that one. What areas have I not cleaned up yet? Ah, Christmas Town. I hate Christmas Town. Because the weird shard spawns are always in the most awkward places. Alright, we'll start doing it. Let's get it done. Sometimes a chore is a chore. Alright, where are they? There's one over there. Ooh. Oh well, I'll just let them vanish. I don't need more of that stuff. It's one of the more frustrating and off-putting things about Dreamlight Valley. It's just the random spawns of all these. And it can be rather off-putting. Because I have to admit, like, once you take a day off the game, and you know what's gonna, all the respawns that happen, you really just don't want to log in. You really want to do everything but log in and clean up everything, because you've designed it so, you put so much energy into the design. It's the random respawns that don't make it look good. And I get that's part of the game, and you know they have to and all that stuff, but I don't know. It's just frustrating to me. Ooh, right there. So pretty much the goal that I'm doing right now, all that I don't know, is pretty much just slowly getting a box of literally everything. Which is going to take me an age and a day. But to be fair, there's not really much of a rush on it. I wish they would slow down the spawn a little bit. Yeah, agreed. Or at least introduce a mechanic to allow you to do that. Like, as I've said many times before, and this will probably be the first time you're hearing this, Nick. I wish they gave you the ability to be able to assign a villager to a biome, who essentially would do literally what I'm doing now for you. Maybe at a lesser rate, maybe at a slower rate, maybe for every 2 things they pick up, they lose 1. It kind of despawns, or they keep for themselves, something like that. So when you go to collect the items, you don't get as much, but at least it keeps everything nice and tidy. And also, it will give the villagers something to do instead of just like walk like around and then just stare off into the distance. And then after a little while, walk around and then just stare up at like this, or stare down at this, and then walk around and then just like fish backwards. I don't know. So make it feel more like a village with purpose. God, this is really intense for today. Let's skip that track. Skip that one as well. I'm not having an intense morning. I actually am having an intense morning, but try this one. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Little boost. Oh. I look in my inventory. A little bit stacked up, but not too bad. Yeah. We'll sell a mint because I'm pretty sure we're stacked up on mint. Where is I haven't actually checked my mint for a while, so let's do that. Oh, we can top that up slightly. Alright, well that's all clean now. Oh no, I missed one over here. How did I miss that? I'm gonna alert to cook dinner. Nice, you should go. And then bit a half. I shall leave you to have. Oh, thanks, Lena, and I appreciate the raid. And I don't know how much of your crew stayed around, but for the ones that did, I do appreciate it too. And if I never talk to you again, as I say, you have an amazing life. Because yeah, sometimes people only ever visit a stream once, and I acknowledge that because I do it. So I don't deliberately do it, but it's just, you know, one of those things. And I don't judge anyone for it either. Because sometimes you just, you know, you find a random stream for one day, and you just chill out and have a good time, and that's the whole point of it. Sometimes you never go back, and I get that. I mean, like, I've got what, 511 followers. I barely crack into like the 10s or the 15s of people that actually come back. So just one of those things about modern day. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm really tired. That's what you get here. You get random ADHD rambling in the mornings because I'm unmedicated and the medication isn't kicked in yet. Oh, around there. Let's clear that. Oh, a memory. Now, what's the luck? What's the chances we'll get lucky? So you basically need three positive things to happen. One, you need for a memory to drop. Two, you need it to be a piece you don't have. And three, you need to make sure it doesn't freeze. Alright, there we go. So we got lucky there. And did it freeze? No, it didn't. Yay! That's very lucky. I really need to get my spreadsheet back up of which ones I've got.
Good to see you.
I'm stacked up in brick, so I don't really need any more brick. Now these actually do give me a benefit once in a while. Gets me hardwood. I've got softwood. I've got plenty of softwood. Here we go. It's looking all nice and tidy now, my valley, for like a day. Then it's going to go to kaput, but at least it's good for now. Like having goddamn kids, man. Tidy for one day and it's all messy. It's all a messy. Alright, we'll dump the flowers. I'll get rid of the snow. I don't want to pick up any more snow.
It's pretty great how nice you are to everyone.
I'm not. I'm really a dick to everybody. Mostly. What am I doing? Alright, give me a sec. I'm just checking something. Sorry, I know this is boring, but something's going a bit funky on my computer, so I'm just trying to figure it out. What am I looking for?
Different way.
Oh, no. Alright, open. Pick it up. There you go. I seem to keep on entering that house, which is very annoying when I'm trying to pick up something. Anything spawn behind it? No, we should be good. Can't move. Move. And put up this wood. Nope. Yay. Alright, slowly gathering wood. I'm slowly maxing out everything. I think there's a few... I mean, gold is nearly there. That's one I didn't expect to be nearly there. Oh. See, I swear the game deliberately does that on me. It's a jerk. The game is a jerk. There you go. I do like the mushroom house there. It just does feel a little bit natural. It also gives the squirrel enclosure something to, you know, an interesting kind of piece. It does make it smaller quite dramatically, but I don't think it makes it too bad. I just wish the game didn't really freak out and stop making the squirrels do stuff. This is the problem. If you got too many pets out, and this is what I've noticed, the idle information, idle kind of animations that they do, I think it gets too much for it. And you notice a lot of them just stand around eventually. There's a couple that keep going. But like, look at that one over there. So it's just standing there doing nothing. Look at that one over there, it's standing there doing nothing. I don't know if that one's going to stand there and do nothing. Yeah, it looks like it's standing there doing nothing. So it gets a little bit overwhelmed, which kind of sucks. Because that's the whole point of me putting them all down, so they all can kind of move around and make it look a little bit more lively. But you can kind of get them restarted again by petting them. So if I pet them, you should start doing stuff again. Yeah, there you go. So this kind of resets them if you're ever curious. Just pet them, and they should start doing stuff again. It's just annoying. You need like you need to be able to hire one of your villagers to be an automatic groomer. Just pet them, go around petting them once in a while to reset their movement. Go away, Minnie. You're horrible. See, look. That one's buggered. Alright, there you go. Yeah, he's alive again. Oh, where are we looking? Where did my wood go? Where did my hardwood? Did I deposit it? I must have deposited it. I just didn't realize. Stupid autopilot. Alright, so I've done all the daily chores, you could say. Now it's a question of what do I want to grind out today? It feels like I should grind out something that's close. Like... No, but I mean, snow's not close when you think about it, because it's 99 each. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 99. What's that? Well... Math, Dave. Think math. Well, it's kind of 8, really, isn't it? So that'll be 800. 800 minus 8. That's 792 plus 3, so it's 395. Not 300, sorry. 795. That I'll need. So that's actually quite a lot. If something has got like a lower stack, maybe I could do that one. That's still far away. Clay? No, clay's still far away. I mean, brick is close. Brick is close. I mean, this is one of the buggers that I have, is that none of my resources are actually close to being done. They're all kind of a bit of a gap. Probably the fish. Probably a complete one fish one. Probably that one, the base. There, the bait. Probably bass. Bass? It's probably the one to grind out. No, that one. Alright. I'll be back. I'm gonna get another coffee. Sorry about that. A little bit longer than anticipated there. Oh. Very cold in here. I'm actually going to have my Red Bull. I shouldn't drink Red Bull at 7:30 in the morning, but screw it. Life is too short. And eventually I'm going to get too old to drink Red Bull, so screw it. This is some ASMR for you.
The morning tide is calling to me.
Alright, let's stack of those. I don't really have a chest full of a lot of fish, so maybe I should grind out the fish. So, now... That's still a while away. How am I looking from base? Looks like the bass is probably the one to go for. So we'll do a bit of a grind out here. We'll go a peaceful meadow on it. I never fish in the peaceful meadow. Who's around me to do it with? Donald. We'll go Donald. Not enough Donald love is given out. Alright, Donald. There we go. I have to remember how to fish. Oh, I got anything there. Ah. Maybe this is one of the benefits of doing this in the morning. Is I get a there and or here and there fish. That will make things a bit easier. I'm getting a lot of those fish too. Oh, I missed it. Oh, whoops. Planes. ADHD distraction. So this is the grind I'm going to be doing. Not the most interesting grind in the world, but there's an end goal to it. And it makes you think. It makes you zone out and head to a peaceful place. Here's the bass finally. I mean, this whole thing was to get some of that bass, and it didn't spawn. I wonder if the spawn rate's different in every biome. Oh, hey! Kiwi, how are you? Based off that name. Are you a fellow New Zealander? Because it looks like you are, based off that name. Nah, yeah, not too bad. Yeah, definitely New Zealander. Yeah, you didn't even need to say yeah. You could just go, nah, yeah, not too bad. There you go, you nailed it. Hey, Dina. How you going? Kokiwi Taku Ingawa. I think you said Taku Ingawa, but you spelt it differently. Northland. Ah, I'm in Wellington, so there you go. Hey Zugs, how are you going? Well, you all of a sudden just suddenly became very active. How's everyone? Yeah, I'm just doing a boring fishing grind. There's literally, it's not much to talk about. So if anyone's got anything interesting topics, now's a good time. Because we're just doing a bit of ground, but you're new, Kiwi or Kokiwi. So if there's anything you want to check out in the game, let me know, because I like showing people. A lot of people that do new people anyway that are new to the stream typically are just discovering Dreamlight Valley, so I like to show people stuff. Doing alright. How about you? I'm doing alright. It's still early. I don't think the medication is exactly kicked in, but my girlfriend secretly bought me a Red Bull. And it's really early, and I said, screw it. Instead of coffee, I'm just going to drink this Red Bull. So, that's pretty much how my morning's going. And now I'm doing a fishing grind, because I kind of done all my daily stuff that I need to do. And I've decided that I want to get a box full of some kind of fish. So I've decided to fish in this particular biome to get bass or bass, but it's not really popping for me. So I'm trying to decide whether I keep going here or I move on to a different biome and see if I have better luck. I seem to keep on getting a here and there fish, which isn't actually too bad because I don't have a lot of it, but it is rather annoying. Oh yeah, whatever you want. I played this before, but jammed it for a solid week and haven't touched it since. Alright, fair enough. Well, I mean, if you're not interested, don't worry. I'll just keep on doing me. But if there's anything you're curious about, just let me know. I kind of like to be people's wiki sometimes. Or like, I want to know what this looks like, or I don't know how to do this, and then we try and figure it out. I don't know why. That gives me a bit of joy. It's just part of my crazy, I guess. Oh, I've got a stack of those. Alright, cool. Alright, go, yeah. I'm doing good, thanks. Have another job interview. Well, good luck for that, Dina, if we don't talk, though, but yeah, you'll do fine. You'll do fine. I mean, to be honest, the other job you didn't want, because it gave you bad vibes, so hopefully this one's the different one. So this is Dreamlight Valley people in Paleo keep talking about. Yes, it is. The reason people talk about that in my stream is because I played this since I started streaming again in November. Until around about August? September, August. And then I started mixing it up and playing Paleo and Dreamlight Valley. But I played this every day apart from Saturday, New Zealand time, for a good 8 months nearly. So that's pretty much why people talk about it on my stream. So we're slowly becoming like a mix of both. And that's why the stream is kind of talked into more of a like a just chatting stream. And this is just really background stuff to do. Ooh. Ooh, that's a good drop. There we go. It's definitely a child version of Palia though. Palia is a pretty decent adult game. I mean, it has got some dark tones in it, but it definitely has the cozy feel on it. And crossing your fingers, I'll cross them on your behalf too, Dina. There we go. I like that though. You're the podcast. Exactly. This is kind of like, it's kind of like why I enjoy watching or listening to streams too. It's like you can pop around, you can kind of listen to the banter. I mean, essentially that's what radio is, right? Radio is just what we do here, but you just got a visual element to it as well. That's pretty much all it is. And so we can, and we don't have like it's not an action-packed game as well, all the games that we play, so we can just stop and talk. And that's what I really like about streaming, is that we can just go on random tangents, and I'm not wanting to become a big streamer, so you're not going to see me do the gimmicky shit or like stay away from certain topics. I'm just going to say pretty much what's on my mind. It's not a revolutionary kind of thing, it's just, you know, how I want to do it. Hi, Canthy. Actually, it's morning for me, but yeah, it's be evening for you, so good evening to you. Radio for ADHD folk. Exactly. I've definitely got ADHD. It's definitely radio for ADHD. I can't sit there and talk. I can do stuff and talk. And that's what I kind of like. And that's why I think cozy games I've gravitated towards. Because, I mean, I like, don't get me wrong, I'm a big first-person shooter. I mean, I've got my Halo helmet that I've shown many times. I've got Gears of War down there. I've got like all that down there. I know you can't see it, but like I've got all the Halo games, and I love all that shit. But I realize in a streaming format, unless you're like a pro, you can't talk and game at the same time. So this cozy gaming and all that stuff, with my ADHD and slight OCD-ness, is like the perfect game to be able to just do both, of like have a chat, banter about stuff, make fun, have a bit of a laugh, and also get things done. And so it's like the best combination. And plus, it's really good for my routine. So one piece of advice, because I got diagnosed with the ADHD, and I've told the story before, but I'm on a tangent now. I got diagnosed when I was 30, 31 for ADHD. And one technique they tell you to do is build a routine. Because with ADHD, it's a lot easier to keep a routine than to just try and remember to do stuff. So one part of the routine was actually playing Dreamlight Valley every evening and every morning for me. Now, the streaming wasn't included at that time. So I started playing this in October last year. Go away, Minnie. Every day. Now, the problem with that is it started, and this is before even Scar was released. So this is before even the Sunlit Plateau you could even get to. The Frosted Heights was unlocked, but the Forgotten Lands was locked. And Sunlit Plateau you could go to, but you couldn't upgrade your shovel to get rid of all the bones that were in the way. So the bridge was blocked. And there was a technique to get around that. You just move the well over to the other side, and you can actually still do that now. So that's a little tip for you, Yasmin, if you're out there. If you haven't upgraded your shovel and get rid of anything, you can just move the well. But anyway, I was playing it, and it reached a point where I had hit the cap for the content. There was nothing else for me to do. All the quests were done. Yes, there was an update coming, but pretty much I hit the roof. And so, as much as the routine was working for me, I was getting bored. And if you got ADHD, Getting bored is bad for a routine because you're going to end up stopping it. So, what I did was I thought about ways, how can I keep it interesting? Is it play a different game? Is it, you know, yada yada yada. Now I knew there was updates coming to this game, so I didn't want to stop and start it. So what I did was just add the streaming element. And not a lot of people came when I first started in November. I think it was the 6th of November when I finally kind of hit that, because I started playing in October, and the 6th of November is when I started streaming. Not a lot of people came, but the ones that did, most of the time it was spam bots, and most of the time it kept me preoccupied. So the game, I was still doing a bit of a grind. I think it was some resource grind. I can't remember what exactly I was doing. But that extra element kept it interesting for me. And essentially a year later, here I am. Still doing it because of that. Because it was working. And to kind of highlight how much my life has changed since my ADHD diagnosis. So I went from working for a company called EPOS New Zealand, doing tech support on the phones. Not earning a lot, but earning enough, like decently. So I went from being on tech support to now being a workforce planner for a big government department, looking after over 400 people, and essentially doubling my salary too. So it's being diagnosed for ADHD, being medically treated, and sticking to my routine and working on myself, because medication is definitely not a cure, it's a treatment. And the routine that I have in place that we do, this is what this stream is another treatment for myself as well. So it's a way of keeping myself on track. I'm not the best, I'm still learning, I'm only 35. So I've only had a few years of being officially diagnosed. So I haven't had it in my entire lifetime to work out my medication, work out what works and what doesn't. But I figured out what works, and that's what I do. So even though this is not a very popular game anymore, I stick to it for mainly that reason. I love this game until it froze on me one time too many. Yeah, we were mentioning that earlier. Yasmin was having that problem because she's just picked up the game. And it freezes on her quite a lot mainly because the build mode when it freezes. I'm lucky so far, it hasn't frozen on me today. So we'll see if that lasts. I like this game itself. Yeah, it is chill. And that's why I like Palia. So this was the first cozy game, or whatever you want to call it, that I've ever played. And so a lot of people come in saying, you know, have you played Animal Crossing? Have you played all this? I've never played it. So I don't really have a lot to compare it to, so I don't have too many complaints about it. But now that I've moved to Palia, which is a free-to-play game, it does feel like that's an adult version, like a next level up from this. So I like to play both to remind me. Is it a new gen thing that it freezes? No, it kind of freezes all the time. I play on PC, but it freezes on everything. I think it just freezes in different ways on all the consoles and stuff. Yeah, we're just to write that it's like Palia and chillness. Yeah, I think this is definitely a kids version, a Disney kids version of Palia. If I was going to make the comparisons, it's not exactly a like for like kind of scenario, so it's hard to compare the two. But it's definitely like this is a watered down version of what Palia is, because Palia is like next level shit when it comes to leveling, when it comes to what you can do, when it comes to everything else. But this is just Disney-fied and a little bit more simplified. So this is a good intro game for people, I reckon, for cozy games. I would say if someone's like, oh, I'm into cozy games and I like Disney as well, that would be perfect. And if someone plays this and goes, you know what, I want something a little bit more than this, get them to go Palia, because the animation is good. It's a very good game, and it's a very building game, and it's got a little hunting element too, which is cool. And it's a game that updates every 2 weeks, so I'm expecting some very big things coming from Palia. Same. I thought they were dumb until I played this. Yeah, it's definitely a good door opener. Definitely, and it's worked for me. And it's definitely filled a void that I didn't realize I needed. And the streaming thing has been really fun as well. I mean, well, the most I ever hoped for when it comes to the streaming was about 5 or 6 people popping along, at least per stream, to keep me occupied and talking. It's pretty much all I ever wanted. And now I think my average for the October is, last time I checked, about 9.4 per stream. People, that is. That's insane. That's insane to me, so I think that's really cool. Unless they fixed it now, it froze when it picked up memory. I think they are working on optimization. It depends. I mean, I've got a decent enough RAM, so it's not freezing on me as much anymore. But actually, to be fair, it freezes less, and it's more other bugs that's causing me to reset the game, like trying to pick up something, or some kind of glitch that it just stops doing what I need it to do in game, like it stops walking or something like that. It's little weird bugs like that. So it's less freezing nowadays. It still happens though. It still happens. I'm getting a lot of here and there fish, which is actually pretty good because I don't have anything of that. But the annoying thing is, it's not the fish I was going for. But I think I'm just going to keep going with it and see how many I can get. That's good. So with you try, so is it worth to give it a try and install again? I say it is. I say you cannot judge a game until it's fully released, and this game isn't fully released. It's had a lot of bug patches. It's still evolving. It's not perfect, and I think if anyone is going to pick up Dreamlight Valley and Palia, they should go with the expectation that it's still being worked on. So that's why I can forgive a lot of the problems with it. Some people on Reddit can't. And in Palia as well, people would get very upset with the bugs and forget the idea of that. This is early access, so the developers have a wider pool of testers, basically. And they can get live feedback on how they're developing the game. If you go into this thinking it's a fully fledged game, you're an idiot. Because they do not make that claim anywhere. And yes, you do pay money, but you're not paying money with the idea that it's not a fully fledged game yet. And that's what really frustrates me sometimes, especially when it comes to early access, is that you get so many people complaining about a game that's in early access, because specifically about how buggy it is, or because a feature's not there. You're there to help the developers figure all this out. And no one forced you to goddamn buy it. It's like the metaphor I always use with it is, it's like visiting someone's house, right? And they're like, hey, you can come in this house, but keep in mind, I'm still building it. And then you walk into the house and then you complain about how there's a wall missing. And the owner's just like, I told you that I'm still working on the house. And you're just like, but you should have had a wall here. I'm like, no, I told you that I'm still building the house. Just give me a break. And they're like, no, you should build a wall here. And he's like, oh, fuck's sake. And now you're not leaving the house. You're standing there complaining about how there's no wall all the time. And he's like, for fuck's sake, I told you. I told you there wasn't a wall. Why are you still in my house? It's like, well, I'm allowed to be in the house. Let's assume he paid like $1 to get in the house. For this metaphor to work. And he's like, oh, I paid $1 to get in the house. I'm allowed to be here. It's like, fine, you're allowed to be here. But stop complaining about the goddamn wall. I'm still building it. It's like, nah, I want a wall. Give me a wall. Give me a wall. Give me a wall. Give me a wall. And he's like, fuck, I don't want to walk on the wall. I want to work on the fireplace. It's like, give me a wall. I'm going to tell everyone, hey, everyone. This guy won't give me a wall. What a shit house. And you're just like, oh, fuck's sake. So that's the metaphor I kind of use. But once it becomes a fully fledged game, you lose a bit of credibility there. A good example is probably Disney Speedstorm. I really like that game. I was a very big believer in that game. But now that it's fully released, I am going to 100% not play it because it's so pay to win now that stopped being fun for me. And I would not recommend that game to anyone until they stop becoming so pay to win. And that's really disappointing. It's extremely disappointing. I gave them the benefit of the doubt until it was free to play to see if they make any changes to the monetization side of it. They didn't. Pretty much, if you got $1,000, you pick up Disney Speedstorm, you can get further progressed in the game than I can. So, this game, it's still got something going for it to the fact that it's not pay to win. The DLC, the microtransactions, yes, they're a bit on the pricey side, but at the end of the day, it doesn't affect gameplay. All cosmetic, and I have to 100% support that. I support any game that wants to have microtransactions that are cosmetic, as long as it doesn't affect gameplay. Because I think that's the line we're all at the moment, is that there's way too much pay to win in our AAA titles. And the only way to fix that is, one, to be vocal about it, and two, show it with your time and money. I just asked because I don't want to have any more frustrations for now, because I won't have the same patience like you. I mean, Canthi, what I would say though to that is, it still happens. For someone that's played this as much as I have, I'm just saying it doesn't happen as much, but it will still happen. So it depends on whether you don't want it happening at all, or you can handle some of the time. If you can't handle it at all, don't do it. If you can't handle every potentially 2 to 4 hours an issue to happen, don't do it. But if you're okay with that, go nuts. Nothing against the game though. Paytown is obviously never fun long. I 100% agree. Indeed, pay to win is different to cosmetic and comfort. Agreed, yeah, agreed. And I think that's where, I mean, a lot of people give Overwatch a lot of flack. I think the Overwatch model was a good model. The original Overwatch. The fact that nothing was actually affecting gameplay, and it was all cosmetic stuff. When Overwatch 2 came along, and that there were certain heroes that were locked behind battle passes and all that, that is now a pay to win, because you need to essentially do the battle pass to unlock certain characters, and you can get faster if you pay more money to it. So they moved to a pay to win model. Because I used to play Overwatch a lot, and they lost me when they moved to that model, because then it's pay to win. And you just can't support that. And then the way they've treated that game as well. I mean, that game was set up for success, man. It was set up for a really good story and single player. They could have so used the single player as a launching pad for so many heroes and so many ideas and fun times, and they just butchered it. They just didn't explore it enough. They took way too long. They made promises they didn't hold to, and now you have to pay to even play the goddamn game, even if you've already got it. And I get it's free to play now, but it wasn't at the time. I like how Path Exile has done with what costs and don't. Hey, Path Exile is a New Zealand-based game. It's actually up in Auckland, so that's New Zealand ingenuity for you. To be fair, it has been bought out by Tenet or whatever they're called. But it is a New Zealand-based game. Yeah. No, I can free grind for 40 years, but it's not pay to win. Yeah, exactly. No. I'm sorry. If you have to pay with time, it's pay to win. If the only way to unlock certain things that give you an advantage in game is to grind it, and then some people have the ability to do the same with money, it is pay to win. It went downhill when Jeff left. I think Jeff left because he saw the direction it was going. I don't think it went downhill because Jeff left. I think Jeff knew the direction it was taking his baby, and he didn't want to go with it. I honestly think he was given a directive and he just wanted to get the hell off. Because he did not want to see this thing that he built and the reputation he built for himself to just vanish. Points to you. Why do you point to me? Well, I don't get that. I can't think. You're going to have to explain that one. I've gone down a rabbit hole and I can't remember his head. He didn't have much of a voice in the end. Exactly. He got overall. Exactly. I think, honestly, he left. This is my theory on why Jeff left the Overwatch. The Overwatch development. What I think happened is he knew that Overwatch 2 was going to have to erase the single player promise. And it was going to move to the Battle Pass system, and it was going to become more pay to win. And that's not what he wanted. He knew that any game that is pay to win in a esports competitive sense doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And he jumped. And I think that's the smartest decision if that is the reason he did it, smartest decision he ever made. That's even including creating Overwatch. Because if he turns around in a few years after Blizzard is sold to Microsoft and he no longer has a lot of NDAs or anything that he needs to abide by, because a lot of the time when companies are bought out, some NDAs do expire. If he can turn around and go, you know what, the reason why I left was because of the single player element being scrapped, is because of the Battle Pass, or just because of this. But now, all that stuff we're able to bring back because Microsoft doesn't care about all that shit. And then he comes back to the game and does what he wants to do. I think that will just boost up Overwatch so much. I think that will just be a massive injection. The same kind of way as Chris Metzen left World of Warcraft and came back. Because I think Chris Metzen actually sees the writing on the wall is that the old management is going to leave. And the old management is going to be replaced by a Microsoft style, which, yes, it's not great, but if you look at 343, it does let developers do what they want. For the better or worse, and for Halo it's for the worse, but if you look at the monetization side of Halo, they don't use FOMO. You can do a battle pass whenever the hell you want. It is all cosmetic in Halo. And they don't need to rely on selling the game, they just rely on that. Oh, hey, Threezer. How you doing? I haven't seen your face. I saw your face the other day, but I haven't seen your face recently. Gotta give it to Microsoft. They saved Ubisoft, and happy with that. I love Ubisoft games. So I'm hoping from that I can get positive. I think there's some positive changes to it. I think there's also some negative, is that if you take... Sometimes companies don't push so hard when they're comfortable. And you see this in a lot of entertainment. You see it in music, as people refer to as selling out. It's less about selling out, it's more of a case of bands now feel comfortable that they don't need to really push themselves as much. Creatively or musically or anything like that, because they know people are just going to buy it. So they're not thinking too much about it. They're not thinking about making a wicked record that they want to listen to. They're just getting something out for the studio. And you see this with movies as well. And MCU is a good example of that. They got so comfortable that they kind of feel like they stopped trying. So video games have the same problem. So if they get too comfortable, they stop trying. And we see that with Call of Duty is a good example of that. They're so comfortable that Call of Duty is more of a joke. People are going to play it. People are still going to buy it. They don't really need to put in too much effort. All Blacks, 100% agreed. Kiwi, 100% agreed. And even though I'm a New Zealander, I don't think New Zealand should win the World Cup, but because we're playing South Africa, who's won the same amount of World Cups as we, I definitely want New Zealand to win. But I mean, New Zealand gets so comfortable, and you can see this into our domestic game. I mean, look at the Ramfield Shield, what they did with that. And if I'm not going to go into what they did with the Shield because it still makes me mad, but if anyone is curious, look at what they did with the Ramfield Shield, which is a very iconic rugby trophy in New Zealand. And they just butchered that. Bloody Hawke's Bay. But yeah, you get that with all entertainment. When the company gets big, they stop being so innovative. And I think Blizzard had the same problem. They got so big, they stopped really pushing the boundaries or being innovative. That's why we've got World of Warcraft. That's like, what? Came out in 2005? Or before 2005. Came out, what, 2003? And it's still going after 20 years. And they're still adding new content instead of just going, you know what, we need a different game. We need a new franchise. Dude, I remember that coming to my school when I was little as a Touch the Shield. The Ramfield Shield I hold very preciously. And the fact of what they did to it pisses me off. And I'm a big rugby. I love tradition in rugby. And I think it's a, tradition in rugby is very special. Because it's one of those things that it can't be tainted by too much stuff. It's just two teams going at it, and you have no idea who's actually going to win half the time. Sometimes you do. But a lot of the time, anything could happen on that. So, 04. What's 04? I've been good, recently sleeping when you stream or busy. Oh, no, fair enough. Three's. I know you're still around. So, it's just good to see you once in a while. There's always going to be a negative. Depends how extensive that negativity is. Yeah, of course. I mean, with any big franchise, it is. Oh, 2004 when World of Warcraft came out. I knew it was around then. I mean, I've still got the original package. These are the original World of Warcraft boxes. I've got a few, well, I've got a collector's edition up there. But yeah, that's it. It's even got, because this is the second one I got, because I can't find my very, very first one. But there, Game of the Year 2004. So it's got the original in there. I don't think it says, I wonder what year it says on it.
I don't think my ancestors ever imagined we'd voyage.
Got Windows 98 as the recommendations. No, it doesn't have the year, but it has that sticker, so I guess that's good enough. I never knew it got broken. Yeah, look it up, Kiwi. They even like, you know what's disrespect? Breaking a piece of wood that's over 100 years old in half, and then snorting drugs off it. That's what they did. So Hawke's Bay is a region in New Zealand, and their rugby team won something called the Ramfield Shield, which is over 100 years old. And then they got really drunk, dropped it, broke it in half, and sniffed cocaine off it. And they posted it on Snapchat. And that's how everyone knows about it. And it's like, dude, one, you're doing illegal drugs. Two, you broke one of the most iconic things in New Zealand in rugby. And then you posted everything about it. It sounds like a rugby... No, it sounds like a rugby league thing to do. It does not sound like a rugby thing to do. Rugby league and rugby are two different things. Rugby league, they do all the they do that shit all the time. Rugby union, they don't. Especially in New Zealand. So I got really annoyed by that. So ever since that happened, I just look at the World Cup and go, you know what? We don't deserve that. We're not treating the institution like what it should be. And the problem is if we win the World Cup, it kind of feels like we can justify the shithousery. And I disagree with it. So yeah, that's... It annoyed me just based on being a traditional boy. When it comes to rugby, that is. But yeah, if anyone's interested, look it up. It's a pretty wild thing. And what I actually found out looking into it though, and this actually helps rather than hurts. They actually, after 100 and something years, they actually just replaced it 6 months ago before it broke with this brand, this English, like really expensive English oak, like a really well varnished English oak. But they did replace it 6 months ago with like thousands of dollars worth of this wood, and then they broke it. And the reason why I say it's good, it means they're not breaking like something that's over 100 years old, because they literally just replaced it. But they did spend a lot of money doing it. So yeah, I'm just a little bit annoyed by that whole thing. But hey, that's just me. It's just my opinion, man. And those. Where's my rainbow trouts? Where's my rainbow trouts? There we go. We got quite a lot there. So I think the base is pretty much what we're going to grind out for a while. I don't know anything about it. What we see of it here seems like some crazy people playing crazy sport. Yeah, I mean, there are two kinds of rugby, right? There's rugby league and rugby union. And rugby league tends to be a lot more physical, a lot more brutal, a lot more fast paced. But you also get that the type of people that it attracts to the game tend to be a lot more chaotic people as a result. With rugby union, there's a lot more. You need to calm the fuck down. Let's just say that. You can't rush that game. You need to slow down. You have to think about your strategy. You actually have to make on-field decisions yourself rather than leave it to the coach. And it's definitely a game you have to put a little bit more thought to, because there are more. It flows a little bit differently. Everyone covered in blood and scream. Hey, there's no screaming. But to be honest, you want to see brutal rugby? Watch women's rugby. That shit. Damn. Like, oh. The women's rugby is brutal. If you watch some of that shit, you think the men's game is tough. You just watch a game of women's rugby, and they hit each other hard. They pull each other's hair. It's savage. You can't pull men's hair. They don't give a shit. And in the women's game, they don't take swings at it. They don't start fights though, but they get fucked up. They just throw everything into it. I would say a lot more than the men's game. And that's what I love about it. It's just like, yeah, just go hard out. Oh, it's great. Yeah, they're definitely a different breed, eh? They just don't give a fuck. They've been through childbirth. They've been through all this shit. Men don't know pain. And they show the pain to each other. It's great. It's great. And that's why I have a lot of respect for the female game when it comes to rugby. So we've got about 7 minutes to go before we have to wrap things up. So if anyone has any thoughts or feelings, now's that time to express them before we sign off Dreamlight Valley for the week. I'll be on later tonight to play Palia and for the rest of the week, but is your character massive or is everything little? I think character's normal size. So our character's normal, but it's just all cartoony and stuff. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, they try and use accurate sizes. So, you got Donald Duck who's smaller. You got Beast who's quite big. And then you've got, like, Buzz Lightyear. Where's Buzz Lightyear? He's a good example. Yeah, he's over here. Well, in this last place, I guess everything is just a bit smaller, like the tables and stuff. And the chests. But I think Buzz Lightyear is small. Where are you, Buzz? Well, I say you're... Oh, there you are. There's Buzz Lightyear. Apparently he can moonwalk as well. There he is. I might be able to see more of your streams in this coming week because the pupils has autumn break many. Oh, nice. Nice. Well, I mean, I do have a set schedule, and oh, thanks, Kiwi. So what you can do is if you got your time zone, and some of them are a little bit off by an hour because of daylight savings, but if you type in the time zone. Hopefully this is the right one, because daylight savings always throws me off which one's active and which one's not. There you go. It gives you the time I stream in your time. It might be off by an hour, though, because I haven't corrected all of them since daylight savings in New Zealand. But yeah, if you put exclamation mark in your time zone, it should pop up. And that will help it convert it. Yeah, we have a big time difference, but if you go like... CDT? Hopefully this one works. Or it's C... yeah, there you go. I've done most of them. But some of them are a little bit off at the moment. So I got most time zones down. If there's a time zone I don't have, I'd fix it. It's just a nice, easy way of like, especially how I'm in New Zealand. I don't get a lot of new people from New Zealand popping along. They're like, Kiwi, that's a nice, refreshing take of having you along. But normally I don't get a lot of New Zealanders popping along. So I kind of adapted to it that I've put all time zones there, so we get like a really big mix of everybody, really. You always search the New Zealand tag. I try not to. I like to be pleasantly surprised when I come over to a New Zealander stream. So if it's a game that I'm really interested in, and I'm like, oh, New Zealand's playing, that's, you know, I get a little bit more excited than normal. Missing to have a few? Right, what does that mean? Missing to have a few. Do you mean I miss having New Zealanders here? It's hit and miss because most play Fortnite, really? Yeah, to be fair, I think I've only come across a couple of New Zealanders either playing Dreamlight Valley or Palia. I don't have a preference. I honestly don't have a preference. And I stream at a very odd time if you look at New Zealand time. So I stream from 6:30 AM to 8:30 AM, that's before work, and then 9:30 PM to 11:30 PM at night. So it's not exactly prime viewing time for a New Zealander anyway. So it's not that bad, but it's also nice, sometimes nice to see someone. You're unfortunately interesting. I didn't realize Fortnite was that big in New Zealand. And then it's big everywhere, I guess. But I stream most days apart from a Saturday. So I stream at least once a day apart from a Saturday. New Zealand time, that is. But when you convert it, sometimes it doesn't really line up. Oh my god? What do you mean, Kiwi? I don't know what you're OMGing. I finally get on the girlfriends finally get on the girlfriends come to because they're into gaming, and it's freaking Fortnite after all these years with 7th grade and COD. Okay. So all the girls are playing Fortnite and all that, is that what you're saying? Yeah, I mean, it's good. There's nothing wrong with that. I even get to the Spyro, but they love Fortnite. I mean, we need more girls into gaming and more into competitive gaming like Fortnite, because they definitely could school a lot of boys out there and how to play the game properly. And to be honest, it is quite toxic when you look at gaming. When you look at how girl gamers are treated, and so the more we're in there, the more we can kick that toxic ass and just like beat those people up. Like Forza, I like that cut. I like that. I mean, to be honest, it should be closer to 50-50 than it is. I mean, you're never going to get a straight 50-50 split with anything, whether it's pay equality, with anything. It's always going to lean one way or the other, but the difference shouldn't be that large, because you're always going to get like 51-49%, something like that. It's going to be very minor, because you're never going to get a straight 50-50, because that statistically is quite difficult to get a straight 50-50 split, unless you force it to happen, obviously. But it shouldn't be as wide as the gap. It shouldn't be like 10 to 90%, you know? It shouldn't be 20 to 80. It should be closer to the 50-50. So yeah, I would say let it ride, and eventually it will balance itself out. We just need to make sure that there's nothing that would deter those gamers from playing. And then eventually, everyone will be playing everything, and no one will give a shit. Alright everyone, I'm going to wrap things up. It is 8:30. I got to go to work and have a work day. I want to say fantastic work day, but I have a work day. So thanks for coming along. Thank you for the raid earlier, Luna, and thank for the 3 followers, Cheese Dairy, Nick, and also Kiwi. It's good to see you. Peace out. Awesome. No worries. And you know, as I said, and you're the only one that would be able to appreciate this, I'm on 9:30 every night, apart from Friday and Saturday, and 6:30 every morning, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So there you go. So thanks everyone for popping along. Thanks Kiwi, thanks Dina, thanks Zugs, thanks Hal for earlier, because I remember that. Thanks Catatonic for popping in and saying hi. Don't know if you're still around, but thank you. Thanks Teresa for popping on and checking. Thanks Akanthe for becoming slowly a regular. Thanks RTC. Thanks Luna, as I said, for the raid earlier. Thanks Yasmin, I hope you're enjoying your Dreamlighting. And Yasmin's the reason why we're doing this in the morning nowadays, so if anyone has a problem with it, all complaints go to her. And thanks anyone else that is watching there in the background and enjoying it. And as I said, I'll be on in 13 hours. They just released a new patch for Palia, so we will be going for the patch notes and just actually talking it out. Not a lot to go through, but there is a nice little tidbit in there for what might be coming up with the game, so we'll go through that. But I'm tired. I'm going to go to work. And until next time, everybody. Kia ora.